actually, our fellow loved, our brothers and sisters. Guys, this is my brother from KZN in South Africa. He's working in USA, but I will give him a platform later to introduce himself. But one thing that I want to emphasize to you guys, Uguti, you are very special to us. We sacrificed our time, our quality time, our resting time for you. I hope this live can change your life. I hope this live can give a direction to your life. I hope this live can give you some answers. I hope this live can open one of the doors that you've been knocking to and no one answered. So please make sure you have something to write down, the notebook and also your pen, so that you can take the notes down. Don't leave here and go to the inbox. Whatever you want to know, we are going to explain it here. And make sure that you ask if you don't understand. And if you are interested as well, we'll give you a direction what to do from so far. So today we have information about 2 countries. Mr. Mzuli will be representing USA. I will be representing Taiwan, but he's going to take a platform first because I guess you already have a clue about my side. So I will just give him actually just a few minutes to introduce himself first, then we'll take it further. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, hey everyone. I don't know, we didn't even do sound check, but can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sound is very good.
Sound is very, very good. That sounds good to me. So my name is Mngeniseni Jafta Mdluli from KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. So ngumZulu. A lot of people have been asking me a question if I'm Zulu or not, but yes, I am. I'm from KwaZulu. Yeah, basically, currently I'm in the state. I'm on the H2B program. So yeah, it's been like 4 months of my time being here. So that's exactly what I'm doing right here. But it's been a long journey. So I'm just gonna wait for my guest to ask. Oh, actually, I'm the guest. I'm gonna wait for your guys' host to ask me questions that I will respond, because there's a lot that I have to cover on this video as well. As she said, we are sacrificing our time, guys. This is just a free platform for you guys to just sit down and listen and take some notes as well. But it's very important what we'll be sharing here. So yeah, it could change your life.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Mzuli. I'm so honored to have you here. And also, I believe my guests as well, they kind of like, this is a blessing. Actually, it just came to like with a silver platter. Okay, first thing I'd like to ask Mr. Mzuli, how did you ended up in USA? When did you leave South Africa? When did you left?
All right, I left South Africa 4 months ago. It was in fact, it was in October. Yeah, so I started working on the 3rd of October. But yes. That was not my first time actually. The journey has began like for quite some time ago. Then basically what I'm doing right now, it's something that I've realized that this is the path that I have to pave for myself 7 years ago. So it started 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, decided to actually join this industry, which is a beautiful industry as well. It's the industry of the people. It's the industry where you get to meet a lot of people from different views of the world. So I hold a national diploma in tourism management.
Wow.
I graduated back in 2016 from the Durban University of Technology. So I was doing tourism management there, graduated. Then after that, obviously, I had to start somewhere. So I started with the internships. I did my work integrated learning back in Cathedral Peak. That's the company that actually gave me a purpose for this industry. That's when I started to actually give it a thought and see if I will be a perfect suit in this company, because this industry actually requires a lot from people. So it requires a lot from you as a human being. You must be a people's person. You are here to take an order. Whenever you are taking an order, basically you are making sure that you deliver what you actually promised, or actually what is being asked from you. most importantly, you must try to go above and beyond expectations. So that's the industry that I'm in. So yes. So my first time, it was back in 20, I left home to answer your question to be specific, because if I can go on and on, I will just ruin this whole life. So basically, my first time when I came here, that was back in 2018. It was December 2018. It was the program for the whole of 2019. So I was here from the beginning of the year. I was cooperated on a J1 program. So to those who doesn't know what is a J1 program, I will be going more in depth when it comes to the visas. I'll be talking about 2 visas today, which is a J1. J1 is it's basically an internship program. It's not a money-making problem. So a program. So people mustn't confuse this thing that when you come on a J1 program, you are here to make money. They clearly tell you that it's not a money-making program. So I was cooperated in this program with one of the beautiful companies in the state. It was Kalahari Resort. Kalahari Resort basically, it has more than 950 rooms. They've got a massive indoor water park because it's way up north in the United States. So it is snowing there. So they try to mitigate the problems of people not going to the pools and whatnot. So they decided to build their own water park with restaurants. We even had Starbucks. To those who love coffees, they will know exactly what is Starbucks.
That's my favorite too.
So
Starbucks.
Starbucks. We had Starbucks within the property. So it's massive. Can you believe, like, an organization or a company or a hotel that will purchase a franchise? Just the whole franchise of Starbucks. So we had it there. It was huge. They had more than 950 rooms. It was busy. It was busy throughout the year. Yeah, throughout the year, it was very busy. That's when I started. I was basically doing the food and beverage department. So food and beverage department for me, it was divided into 4 segments. So I worked as the concession chef. I worked as the banquet server. I worked in fine dining as a server. Then I was cooperated in Starbucks as well. So Starbucks, basically, you are the barista. You make all their drinks, like their pink drinks, the caramel frappuccinos, the s'mores frappuccinos, the cold coffees that I've never thought of. But when I went to Starbucks, they actually gave me that experience that a coffee can be actually like frozen. You can do frozen coffees and all those type of things. So that's the experience that I kind of gained. So within the period of 1 year, I was rotating amongst the department. And one of the most department that I've actually, that I'd like to highlight to you guys is that banqueting, that's when I actually got to actually give it like my best. And that's the department that I love the most, because in banqueting, I was given a chance to actually be a captain. They call the banquet captain. So I came in as a server on the program. It has never happened before, like to become a captain. They give you your own team, you run the events. So that thing, I would say I have derived it from the experience that I got from the Durban ICC, Durban International Convention Center. So people will know Durban ICC. It's an international brand. So I used to work there as well. So the Durban ICC, I was on the program. So this one started in, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to mix, because whatever I'm saying, I'm going to give it a reference, like to see this is where I derived.
No problem.
Yes.
Yes.
So Durban ICC, marketing, sales, and events. That's what I was doing. I was in a student program. So I was working in one of the top departments there, because that's actually the business that's actually the department that brings the business to the Durban ICC. So marketing, sales, and events. So we do sales, then we get those functions, they sign the contract, we do the operation sheets until we execute the live event. So that actually enabled me to become a banquet server. A banquet captain in the Kalahari Resort, which is situated in Sandusky, Ohio, way up north. It's snowing there, guys. It's very cold, I must tell you. That was my first time to be exposed to such environment, but it was a good experience as well. So, because
Yeah.
we are all about traveling, we are all about exploring, we are all about sharing the culture, basically. And that is
Exactly.
very
Yes.
important, because abroad you get to meet different people from different views of the world.
Yes.
So
You learn and
it's very
adjust.
nice, yeah. So as part of the things that I did as well, like just to enhance my qualification a little bit, I did a German module. So I did German. So I can actually introduce myself in German.
Wow.
I say just wohne in Durban,
Next.
kommen aus South Africa. Umang pan.
Okay, just hold on a moment, Mr. Jafta. Right. Okay. Guys, to everyone who's here on live, some of you maybe might get used to myself because I used to teta isiXhosa all the time. But why we're doing this today, we are taking you to this platform to be familiar what you need to be, so that like when you preparing yourself to get here, you start changing your mind that now the language that you need to adapt abroad, this is an English language, that's the medium language that they use to communicate. So we are trying now to come to you to bring the reality of this so that you can know and understand what is actually happening. So far, Mr. Jafta is giving us here the background. Actually, Hansen mentioned that like he's on the side of like hospitality. So if you are here, you know anyone that has a hospitality department or any qualification that has to do with hospitality or travel and tourism, this is your platform. This is your bridge that you can cross from South Africa to USA. Remember, I said earlier on, we are going to give you two countries information how to come to. That is USA and also Taiwan. So now he was giving us the background, actually, what is he doing over there. The next part now, he's going to explain to us. Hence, he said there are two types of visa. He just mentioned the first one, that the first one is not the visa that you expect money. You are not making money. It's some sort of an internship, if I may say so. You are going to work there. They provide you a visa, but for you, you gain the experience.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
They say it's not a money making, but I went home with more than 100,000, and I paid off a loan. I paid off a loan because I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not gonna hide this. I was given a loan for this program. Like, it's not free. I had to pay the agency the amount that they actually used to facilitate the application process for me. So it was more than 80,000 rand. You have to pay it with interest. So I paid that money with interest, which I would say maybe with interest it was amounting to 100 and something thousand for the loan itself. Yeah, I got deducted each and every paycheck. So yeah. So basically what I'm doing right now, I want you guys to have a better understanding of who I am and where I come from as well, because I feel like it's going to be very important to understand that you can't just be at something if you have never been to something else different. So
that's very true.
It takes some time that you actually build yourself, which is very important. You build yourself and prepare yourself for the industry. There's one industry that I know that after I've completed my the program in the States the first time, which was 1 year, my J1, I was like, I'm not going to a cruise ship because I felt like I'm not ready. When I actually do my research, I go deep when it comes to research. I always wanted to go to the cruise, but I was like, I'm not ready for the cruise ship because the cruise ship, you are there full time, all the time. You have to make sure that you've got the skills physically, you are fit, and you are actually going to be there like with these people, stuck with them maybe for 3-4 months. You are expected to be at work full time, and you have to perform your best. Yes. So even if you are off, you are there. They can call you anytime. You understand? So they can call you anytime and just say, hey, we need your assistance. Same thing that happens here as well. But That's a little bit. We can play around with that. I will teach you guys how to do the tricks and everything if you don't want to go to work, because this is what you guys want to understand. They need us. They need you guys. They
Wow.
need you.
Did you hear that, guys?
Even on the interviews that you do, the only thing they look for a positive mind. They don't care how you answer questions. They actually decide on what position they think you might be a perfect suit on. So you don't say like, I want to be a server, but the characteristics that you portray, your physical appearance,
It's something different.
yes, your personality is something different. Unfortunately, they're not going to allow you to take that because they know exactly what they look for. Even the question, sometimes it's not about the question that you are being asked. It's the way you approach the question, it's the way that you present yourself, even if you don't know what the question requires from you. So they need people. I must put it out there. They need you guys. The only thing that you have to do there is that you sort out your personality as a human being. It's very important because that's what is going to work out for you. So if you don't have that hospitality personality, unfortunately, this is not the industry for you, because you have to present yourself in the marketplace where they will say, this is the guy that we need. In most of my interviews, I walked out. The first interview that I did in 2019, I even got a high five. That was the indication. Like after I've answered the question, they were like, wow. You are incredible. Since we started interviews, we never had someone that had to mention what you just mentioned. So those are the kind of things that you look for in the interviews. You have to be yourself and do not undermine the little things that forms a product.
Exactly.
Because the product is formed by little things that most people, they tend to forget about. So
yes. That's very true.
Basically, that's what is happening. So I'm going to be giving you guys the list, and we're going to have to mention this, that these people that we're going to be talking about today are the people that I think they can help you. I'm not going to help you throughout the application. I'm not going to help you to answer all the questions, but they will answer questions for you. There's answers that I may not have, because the information that I have, it might be outdated, but to get the correct information, we have to contact them and find out from them. I'm going to be giving you a list of agencies for the both different kinds of visas that I'll be actually talking about today. I will be talking about the H-2B. I will be talking about the J-1 visa as well. We might cover a little bit of agriculture. She's going to cover teaching. But I know the agent that helped me on the hospitality industry. It does help about teaching as well. It does help about getting your TFL certificate. It does help about agriculture. It does help about what you call this, photography. And it does help when it comes to au pair. Au pair, so au pair basically become in any overseas. So the company actually takes care of everything for you. So I'm gonna go through all that list, and yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mzoli. I'm so impressed, though. I don't even know where to start. It just popped up in my mind that to the inbox that I was responding last week, there's one person that I think she texted me that she has an au pair certificate, what. But I was had no idea until I remember the other lady, Lulu Balipi, that she once mentioned about something about au pair. Then I referred her to that lady. Actually, I'm glad that now you also bringing that here. Guys, let me emphasize this. You are blessed. I may say so. This is the light now. We were walking in the tunnel. It was dark. You didn't even know when you're gonna get the exit. But we are here now. And guys, I like the part he mentioned that be yourself, don't imitate someone, don't try to overdo things. Just be natural, just be yourself, especially in the interviews. Just program yourself. One thing that I think people, they should make it kind of like as a norm. I'm not sure. Like, you know, when you are desperate for a job for some certain industry, do your research, do your homework, make sure that you get all the information that you need, all right? So that when you go to the interview, there will be no question, guys, that you cannot answer. As for me, I would guarantee about me that like I would never leave a panel with a single question unanswered. It doesn't matter if I gave you what you want or I just gave my knowledge, you know, the basic knowledge. Sometimes to give the basic knowledge, it also helps them to see that, oh, this person is broad, like his or her mind. It's a person that can easily adapt. It's a person that is flexible. It's a person that like we can use as an engine of our company because we can see the effort, we can see the like, guys, I wish like you can make use of your internet for good things. Sibadala ngoku ne, the time to just chill on the internet for nothing. Each day must have something ephathekayo ebambekayo ukuthi ngifundeni namhlanje, you know. The education ebesiyifunda, it didn't give us all. Sifunde emakhaya. We never knew ukuthi ngemfundo yethu yasemakhaya we can be abroad. What I'm trying to say, I'm motivating you wherever you are. Ukuthi, it's not about ukuthi ufunde kuphi. It's not about who you are. It's not about what is your, how is your background, you know, what you have in your pocket. It's about your passion. It's about your mind. It's about setting your goals, what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Then if you have the goals, definitely you will have the direction that, okay, here's a step one, I must do this. And you must remember one thing, guys, to look job abroad, it's never like something that can happen overnight. It needs someone who has a patience. It needs someone who will always stay focused. Right? You must know what you want and must like, no, don't lose your focus along the way. And just make sure that the knowledge or the information that you got, take your time as well to validate that information, do more research, you know, be that person who is hungry for knowledge, challenge your mind all the time. Then if you adapt that character, you will tell me one day that like, wow, after like I just closed that room of fear and just decided to focus on what I want, this is here I am today.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jafta. Please take over again. Continue with the types of visa now that you can talk about. I will just go later because I don't want to mix the information. Hence they're still listening about USA. Then I chip in. I will just go after. For now, I always just like feel like I can chip in to remind them how much is important to capture this whole information, guys. NgesiZulu sithi amathuba kanjena ingqayizivele, ngeSixhosa sithi ithuba elifana neli okay, masiyeke.
I'd love to hear taking it from
amathuba nje akandele bani betnani, amathuba nje akandele bani, akafana vele.
I was hoping for something like uxanduva, that kind
of. Oh, yeah. Guys, this guy is so obsessed about the word uxanduva. But what I like, he knows the meaning.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Basically,
all right.
It's very important, guys, that you actually be alert about this thing and take notes. Some of the visas, we're going to be talking about figures when it comes to some of the visas.
Yes.
Other visas are completely free of charge. So do not run for the free visas. There is a journey. Life is a journey. I will explain at the end why I'm saying that. Because you would say, I want the one that you can pay nothing on, the sponsored one and whatnot. Then when it comes to experience, you do not have experience because that visa require an extensive experience within the field because it's a work visa. It's not an internship. I want you guys to actually differentiate between the work visa and internship. J1, basically, let me start there because J1 is number one, basically. That's where we start. Yeah, it's number one. So J1, basically, it covers for students. It covers for people who recently graduated within the period of within, it's, I would say, from 1 month to 12 months. If you graduated within 12 months, it does help you as well. If you are doing your final year at the university, it does help you as well, because it's mainly for experience after you've obtained that qualification. It's an intention.
Okay. All right.
So it also covers for people who are actually, who does not have a qualification at all, provided that you have at least 5 years of experience.
Okay, that's the J1.
Within a specific occupation, that's your J1 visa. So I'm going to start again. It covers for people who are recently doing their last year at the university. If you are doing your second year, if it's a degree, you're doing the second year, unfortunately, you do not qualify. But
you must be a final year.
Yeah, you must be a finalist. You must be doing your last year. So then you can qualify to get the intention. Then, number 2, you graduated within 12 months at the varsity or like whatever course that you were doing, which is related to hospitality and tourism. You graduated within 12 months, you're still looking for an experience, it can help you as well. Or you graduated more than 12 months, you must have at least 1 year of experience within a specific occupation. If you graduated over 12 months, you need at least 1 year of experience within a specific occupation, obviously within the tourism and hospitality industry. If you've never graduated, you do not have a qualification, you must have at least 5 years of experience. There's age restrictions to these visas, and there is a reason for that. The J1 is actually from 19. It depends on what type of job you're looking at as well, because even au pair it's still a J1, but it's a different program. They still use a J1. It's valid for 1 year. So, but when it comes to the age restriction, it varies. Like within the hospitality and tourism, it's actually from 19 to 35 years. They can also go above 35 years, but you have to bear in mind the type of job that you are actually looking at or the things that you want to do. Should there be an availability for old people, but their target is from 19 years or 18 years, let me put it like that, up to 35 years, up to 35 years. But on their website, if you go there, it says 19 to 35 plus. It says like 19 to 35 plus. I'm getting a call now. I'm supposed to go for a shoot. It's a podcast. So I'm supposed to go for the shoot, but you can, like, not like he's paying me anyway. I get paid. Yeah. Give me those.
Yes. Jay, your sound is kind of bit affected a little bit. I'm kind of like hearing a bit far. No, just a little. Now it's muted. Okay, guys, let me try to add a Jay again. I think he got disturbed by the call. I'm gonna add him just like right now. Please hold on a moment. I hope, guys, you're taking notes down, because this is gonna give a lot of information whereby I guess on the other side you can fit on, yet maybe on the other side you might not fit. I'm trying to find him now. Okay, I think it's coming. So please make sure.
I'm so sorry, guys. Like, someone is calling me. I don't know what my phone does. Like, when someone is trying to call me, it just changes the whole sound system onto the built-in speaker, like the one that
Okay.
we use for the calls. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm back again. I'm hoping he's not gonna call now. I'm hoping he's not gonna call again.
All right.
Yeah.
No
So
problem.
going back to J1, I'm gonna cut things like shortly. I'm gonna try to summarize this thing because there's a lot that goes into it, and I don't want to confuse people at home.
Okay.
And do we have questions so far on the comment section?
Okay.
If we have,
I
we can take them as we
didn't see
go.
any question actually so far. Guys, if you have questions, please type anything here in the comment section. Then Mr. Lulu is gonna answer anything. I think it's also gonna help him to go exactly what you need, than keep on like explaining the whole information, you know. Just like go straight to the point, what you're looking for. Maybe you might get help on what you're looking for.
All right. So while we're waiting for questions, we're going to go back to
Yes.
the cultural exchange program, which is J1. They also consider as a cultural exchange. So as I was saying, even the au pairs as well, they also do J1.
Yes.
It's valid for 1 year. The agency that I did with, it was OVC. OVC stands for Overseas Visitors Club. I hope people are taking notes. A lot of people know about OVC. So it's OVC, Overseas Visitors Club. That's the agent that actually got me into this program. That was back in 2019. The whole of 2019, I was in the state working for this company under food and beverage department. My job was segmented into 4 segments. So, which is concession, banqueting, fine dining, and Starbucks. So that's what I was doing in the state. That's your J1. It's a cultural exchange program. I obtained it through OVC, which is Overseas Visitors Club. That's the name of the agents. They've got offices almost the whole of South Africa. They've got offices in Durban, they've got offices in, even in KZN, they've got offices in Durban, not just Durban, they've got an office in Durban North, they've got an office in, I think the other office is, what's this place?
Richards Bay.
Chesterville or something, somewhere there.
Oh, Chesterville. Oh, all right.
So they've got offices everywhere. Like there's a lot of offices in Durban. They've got offices in Johannesburg. They've got offices in Pietermaritzburg, Bloemfontein.
Wow.
They are everywhere.
Wow.
They are everywhere.
Yes, even in Eastern Cape, definitely we have them, but we don't know where they are. Now we're going to find them.
Yes. So I would also, if you can allow me to show you the official website, because I don't want people to go type things out there, because there's a lot of things that's going to pop up. People need to know the official website of the company. I'm going to tell you guys which website it is, so you guys, when you do your research, because I want to empower people when it comes to e-research. I want to make sure that you do your own research. Do not come here and ask me if you can work in the USA. Number one, you're not even telling me what field are you looking for, what's your profession, because you need to know exactly what you want to ask. Yes. So yes, they've got a whole lot of different stuff. So basically, they've got au pair, they've got teaching. As part of the teaching, they do the online TFL courses. Then they do TFL job placement assistance. They do teaching in South Asia, in South Asia. I think it's Southeast Asia. They've got Thailand, they've got Cambodia, they've got Bali, they've got
Vietnam.
Places over there. There's Japan, Costa Rica, what. There's a lot. You can go to their website. The website, it's going to be ovc.co.za. It's ovc.co.za. So that's the website. Then you can even study with these people. If you want to go study in New Zealand, they will find you a school, they will take care of everything, provided that you qualify, because they will look at your results and everything. They will ask you a whole lot of questions and a whole lot of documentations. So you provide all those things, they will find you a school, even funding as well. I think they do have somewhere, somehow. But some of the amounts needs to come from your pocket. They assist with agriculture as well, as I said. So they've got agriculture. I think in agriculture, let me see if it's J1 or it's H2A, because most of the companies that does agriculture, they actually utilize the visa, which is classified as to be, they also use a J1. So I'm not sure if you guys can see on my screen. I don't even know how to actually,
Okay.
it doesn't read properly. Let me try to turn my camera. So it reads, it says over there, it says it's J1. So we're looking at agriculture. It's right over here, USA J1 agriculture internships. So they do have these kind of things that they actually look for, that you guys are looking for. So yes, there's costs involved, guys. I must tell you, there's costs involved into these things. I'm not gonna lie to you, there's costs involved. This agency will charge you for their services. This agency will charge you for their services, but I will tell you the reason why. What is it that I like about them? Because when you go through them, basically you have a representative abroad. They have people that are deployed in the state should you have problems. I've once had my problems as well. I had to consult the what you call the representative here in the state, share the problems with them, then they solve them for me. As much as they are based in South Africa, but they are cooperated with other companies as well. The last time I checked, they were cooperated with AAG, which is Alliance Abroad. Alliance Abroad also does placements just by itself, but they are in conjunction with OVC. So they had someone from Alliance Abroad who was deployed in the state. We can call that person anytime and they will always avail themselves and come solve the problems for us. And she was the one who was responsible for organizing the trips as well, because this is the cultural exchange program. So they had to organize trips for us to go somewhere, meet people, share our experiences and all those type of things. So I think that the trip that we had, we didn't pay anything. We went to Washington, DC from Ohio. So yeah, we went to Washington, DC, and I think there was only two of us. It was me and the other girl. We got a chance to go to the White House. People remember the White House, like the president.
I'm still dreaming to go there. I hope one day my dream will come true.
Washington, DC, met with all the people from Parliament and all those type of things, asked questions. Like, they were so happy to have us as South Africans, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that's the house that is also responsible for imposing the rules when it comes to these visas. They are the ones who allows us to come to the place and spend some time, you know. So yes, so they're responsible for those things. With this money that you pay, they also have financial assistance. I must put it out there, guys, because when you look, I'm going to show you guys the hospitality internship in the USA. Then you will see how much they need for their program. So I'm going to flip my camera again. So this is how the website is going to look like. If it doesn't look like this, guys, please make sure, we must know it's not the one. So here is the website. It says ovc.co.za. So this is the company. And guys, please note that we are not sponsored by these companies. We're just sharing this thing out of love. We are not sponsored by these agencies. We are just doing this out of love. I'm not going to go deep. I already gave you guys the website. You can just go do your research. So we're looking at USA J1 hospitality internship. This is where I was. I know the ins and outs of this thing. But the agency did everything for me, but I was there during the steps because I had to provide the documentations and the go-ahead. And some signatures as well, because they couldn't do anything just by themselves. They required my signatures from each and every step. So this one, basically, it says over here, I'm going to go to the costs, because I want you guys to understand that these people will charge you. So let me see if I can zoom in right here. These are the costs. Basically, the admin fee, it says 9,500. This is the amount you'll be required to pay while you are still in South Africa. There used to be a program fee as well, or the program is fees right here. It says $2,400. This amount, $2,400, it's close to 50,000. So if you do not have this amount, they say, please see program different plan for financial assistance. They say it here. So that simply means, you remember when I said I had a loan that I had to pay back. So basically, this is where the loan comes in. I was given a loan to pay this amount. Then I got deducted each and every paycheck. So this is the agent that will type you, that will actually cost you for the J1. J1 visa is actually not sponsored unless you find a sponsor yourself. It is not sponsored. Whatever agency that you go to, they will charge you. If they have financial assistance, they will tell you that we do have financial assistance. Then all you need to do is to sign up with them. But you must know that each and every paycheck, you will be deducted that money to pay it back. And I paid it back myself. You understand?
Okay.
So that is what is happening right now. Then I think I've covered J1 like in different things. So they've got hospitality as well in Middle East. People will know better Middle East because they love Dubai. They love, they love Doha. They love Qatar. That's your Middle East.
Yes.
They also deal with these people that side, which is beautiful.
Okay.
Then you'll be getting your money or your pays in dirhams. I think they use dirhams that side. So yes, that's J1. Ask me questions if I'm missing something, so maybe I can try and remember, because I don't have anything prepped down. But yes, you do get paid with this program, J1. You do get paid hourly. There's money. Back then, I used to get paid $10 per hour. I used to get paid $10 per hour. As they say, it's not a money-making program, so you cannot expect like a high pay rate out of a J1, because this is for you to gain experience, basically.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Here's a quick question, Jay. Hence you've mentioned about the internship, right?
Yes.
How about a person who just had only the matric? Is there any other opportunity of the scholarship thing, maybe?
Scholarship, no, because scholarship, I think the definition of a scholarship, you work while you earn, right? That's a scholarship. No, I don't know if it's a learnership or what. But if you have matric, to answer your question,
yes,
unfortunately, you have to have a qualification, or you have to be studying at the university towards completing your qualification. If you only have matric, the only thing you need to focus on is to apply for a course at the university. Then when you are about to finish, then you can apply. It's mainly,
thank you very much, Jay.
It's mainly for people who are within the industry, a specific industry. It could be agriculture, it could be au pair. Au pair, you don't need a what you call au pairing, you don't need a qualification. Some other people will do the certificates, which is highly recommendable, or have references that will do the certificate for you. Then you can get into J1. But if you just have matric only and you want to be on the hospitality program, to be specific, unfortunately, you have to have, if you only have matric, at least have 5 years of experience. But if you just finish matric, no.
All right. Okay. Here's another follow-up question. Now you've mentioned about that the au pair certificate, right? That means you any qualification, or also like just have the certificate. Where can you refer a person who wants to do that certificate?
The only thing I can tell the person, because I've never done au pairing myself, I've never had someone who has done au pairing myself. Like, I've seen people doing it, but we've never had a conversation, is to find out from the agency. You go through to their website, you go under au pair, You read everything. If you still do not get the answer, you are more than welcome to contact the agency. They will be able to help you as well. They will tell you if you need a certificate or you don't need.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Jay. I just wanted to make sure that like we clarify these things so that people they can get a clear answer. So that they won't say like, oh, I didn't understand. Maybe I have this. Do I qualify? Also, me guys, I don't have any knowledge. Hence I've invited Jay to come here. So you need to ask questions from him. When he left, he just left with the information. I wouldn't be able to answer any question that you have. So this is your opportunity now to ask whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to know. This is your platform.
Yes, and au pair as well. If you want to do this thing of being a nanny, guys, it seems like an easy step because it doesn't require the qualification, but it does require a couple of things as well, guys. You must have love for children. You must have extensive experience when it comes to the childcare and whatnot. You must have experience. They really look for those things. And number 3, the license that you guys are avoiding at home, you definitely need that driver's license because you will be given a car. Basically, whenever you are doing au pair, you take care of the kids, like you cook breakfast for them, you prepare the lunchbox, you bath them, make sure they look good, iron their clothes, do laundry for them, then you will be expected by the family or you will be delegated by the family to take them to school. They will give you a car. They will give you a car to maneuver around as well. Other kids will say, I want ice cream. You need to take them to the ice cream shop. So not the mother or the father will do that, but you will be given that car. It depends with the family. Not that it's your car, but they give you a car so you can maneuver around with the kids. If you want to go to the park, then you are expected to drive. And you have to be someone who's flexible, guys, because it depends on the country as well. Like United States, guys, it is the opposite of what is happening back home. Back home, steering is on the right-hand side. This side is left. So
same here.
Yes, gear will change more right instead of left. So you need to acclimatize yourself with that environment and be flexible to adapt to the new environment. So that's very important as well, because there has to be a lot of changes that you have to adapt on, or maybe, to acclimatize yourself. So that's very important. Driver's license, they really look at those things. And the age restriction, guys. This agency that I trust, which is OVC, their age restriction is only 26 years. They've got reasons for that. You can't be taking care of the kids if you are actually an old person, and it's not easy to reprimand so because the family has actually to, like, they need to give you instructions and feel comfortable about giving you instructions as the worker. So it's going to be very difficult to actually, because let me tell you one thing, the families here and the people that I work with, I'm very old, like you guys can see, but my managers, some of my managers are 21 years old. Some of them, they're 20 years old, 21, they've got kids, they've got wives, they've got houses, they've got cars, they've got everything, they've made it in life, but they are only 21. Wow. They're very young. So how can they actually delegate tasks and duties to umuntu omdala? You understand? So that's why they to play around with the kids as well. Like soon as uba mdala, you become more lazy. You don't want to do things. To play around with the kids and have that same mindset to go and down. So that's one of the reasons why they do that. And
you need to join them to jump the trampoline too.
Yes. So it depends, but in here they look for 18 to 26 only. And mostly it's females that they look for. They look for females, But you must have a passion to work with children. You must have a matric or the equivalent qualification. And you have to be single as well, no dependents. That's simply, they tell you, good, if you've got kids, dependents and whatnot, then unfortunately, and you have to be single because you don't want to be seen around calling your boyfriend all the time. So they put it out there, it's on their website that you have to be single, like you mustn't be married. You can have a boyfriend, I'm not saying you want, yeah, but you have to be single, to be honest. It's right over here. Why are you laughing at me? I'm sharing a very important information. It's right over here. But I'm going to highlight it. It says single and have no dependence. Is that clear? Can you see clearly?
Yes, it says, yeah, I can see. No, the reason I'm laughing because I'm trying to be in other people's mind right now, what they're thinking.
Yeah. So basically, unfortunately, for these kind of programs, they tell you that we're looking for these kind of people because sometimes you decide to do something and you are married only to find that during the program you fail to execute whatever task that is given on you and you want to go back home. You have things that you have to attend to back home, you see. And now you're going to have to cut or maybe go home. Sometimes like other people don't come back, others will come back. Remember, the companies spend a lot of money to take you from South Africa to bring you over here. They also want to benefit. They also want to benefit from you. So yeah, that's what it is. So that's J1 and au pair. I think people can go to the website. We cannot cover everything at once. People must do their own research as well. I gave you guys the website. If you are using your computer, it's going to show you all the tabs at the top there. If you click on the tab, then it's going to give you options. Then it's a matter of selection from there. If you are using a phone, there's going to be an ellipsis button, like a 3 lines button. Then click on it, then it's going to show you all the programs on the phone. That's how their website looks like. Other agencies that offers J1 as well, it's going to be Awesome Travel. They do offer a J1 visa as well. Awesome Travel, people know that, but I'm not going to go deep into Awesome Travel because I don't know their process. I've never been.
People, they must do research about it.
Yes, people must do research.
Can you show us? Can you show us the page of how does it look like?
Awesome Travel.
Yes.
All right, Awesome Travel. This is how it looks like. 1 second, please. Websites. There you go. Give it a few seconds while it's loading. All right. This is how it's going to look like. This is their logo. This is their logo. It looks like this.
Okay.
Awesome Travel. And here's the website. It's awesometravel.co.za. This one.
Thank you very much.
It's also legit. I know them very well. I applied with them, but I've never executed a program with them. So I applied with them. So here they are. So this is the one website that you're going to look for. So they also do agriculture. They do a whole lot of things, even the campings as well. People will know exactly. They've got work exchange in New Zealand if you want to go to New Zealand as well.
Okay.
I've got agriculture internships in the US, hospitality and culinary in the US. They've got a whole lot of things. They've got volunteers in South Africa. You can even volunteer in South Africa. Who wants to volunteer in South Africa? Nobody. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm trying to get people out of South Africa, so I wouldn't advise you guys to go volunteer in South Africa. No. It's only for people who are outside who wants to explore Africa. Then they can go volunteer in South Africa. But I want you guys to make money. Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
So they offer a whole lot of things. I know they are legit. I've seen people that actually went on the program with them. You can check them out as well. They do offer a J1 visa. So now I'm going to move on to the H2B. So currently I'm on the H2B visa program. I'm working for a country club. most of the H2B visa programs will be with country clubs. They have hotels, but they've got more country club. What is a country club? Country club is it's basically a golf estate. So it's a family. They've got houses. They've got a community. It's a golf estate with restaurants. So basically, the country club owns the club. The members that actually sign up with the club, they tend to own the club. They have a say in everything that goes into it.
Okay.
So that's a definition of the country club. It's a community. They've got the golf activities that goes around. It's a golf estate. Then they also have restaurants as well. This is where we chip in. Others, because they do offer opportunities if you want to work at the golf course. Like I'm talking about the country club that I'm working with. There's people that came from South Africa and they are working at the spa, like they are the massage therapists.
Wow.
Yes. They have people who are doing golf maintenance. They've got people who are working directly with the members, like people who has understanding about how golf works or tennis works. So you handle the competitions between the members, because there's golfing activities each and every day. But that's not me. I'm food and beverage. So that's what I'm focused with. So with this company, I do 3 things. I do food running. Food runner, basically, let's say food runner, you got a server, right? A server takes the order from the table. This is the differences between what we do in South Africa and what we do in America. So in South Africa, the server will take an order, punch it on the system, balance the kitchen, and then they bring the order to the table as well, or they bring food, the final product to the table. So here in the States, it doesn't happen like that. If you are a server, you greet the table, you welcome them, you give them drinks or whatever, you take the order, put it on the system. As soon as you put it on the system, it's going to come up in the kitchen. So as soon as they get it in the kitchen, the chefs will make it. Then as soon as it's made, someone who's called a food runner will chip in to take the order to the table and present it. And everything is marked according to the seats. Because if there's a table of 6, they know which one, within the table of 6, which one is table. They give you a training. You will know which one is seat 1, seat 2, seat 3, seat 4. So on your sheet, you will know exactly that this food is going to the person who's sitting at seat 1. So the food runner is someone who's more informative about food products. Should they ask how it's being prepared, they empower you with that information. How is it being prepared and whatnot, what's in it? Because others, they just want to explore. They want to order things they don't even know because they just saw it on the menu. And it sounded
so you have to explain to them.
So should they ask questions, you must be able to respond to such questions as to say, this is how it was prepared, this is it, it's inspired by which country and all those type of things. So all that job is for a food runner. The server is no longer there, right? The server is no longer there. So I work as a server, I work as a food runner, I do banqueting events as well, and the concession chef. Those are the things that I do. Those are the things that I do. So in one department, I do food running and serving. Then I've got banquet and concession chef. Concession chef, like the fast food, burgers, what. So those are the type of things. I'm incorporated on a H2B visa. This is the process of getting, or maybe let me touch base on the J1 before I move on to the H2B. I want to touch base on the process. The only thing that I did, guys, was to apply. I did my interviews with OVC, then just to scan and see if you really understand the industry, you know your story. I did just a basic introduction interview with them. Then after that introduction interview, I went over to another interview. The company or the agent, they actually flew down to South Africa to do the interviews from the United States. Then I got to meet with them. I was invited for in-person interview, one-on-one. So that's where I got the high five.
Wow.
That woman, I just looked at her, then I was like, you don't know who I am. So yes, yeah. So then they came down to South Africa. That's the process. From the process of application, you wait for them to approve, because other people will apply only to find that they don't meet the requirements. So as soon as obviously approves, they will ask you like a brief interview, over the phone maybe. You don't even have to go to them, just to scan you through and see if you are fit. Then basically after that, then they came to South Africa, did an interview with them. Then I passed that interview. Then I got the offer letter. So the offer letter came with the position that they think it might be a perfect fit for me. So as soon as I got that, I knew that, oh, I'm taking within food and beverage department. So the company, they have 4 companies under one umbrella. So they've got one in Sandusky, Ohio. They've got one in Poconos. They've got one in Wisconsin. Then the new one, which is in Texas. These are different states. Like, how can I put it? Like different provinces. But yeah, people will understand. These are different states. So they've got 4 companies. So I've got the one for Sandusky, Ohio, because that's where they placed me, which was very easy and quite cheap to live in there as well. So that was the process of application. After I got the offer letter, they began doing my visa application. Then they asked me for all those things like pictures, the passport photos, all that documentations. I gave it to them. Then they applied for petition. They received it. It didn't even get to me. It got to me on a later stage, like when everything was finalized. Then they applied actually the visa for me. I only went there to do my interview. Then when I got to the visa interview, it's like easy questions. Like they ask you if you understand your rights as the participants on the J1 program. Then you say yes. Then they ask me, are you going to the Sandusky? Are you going to Kalahari Resorts? Yes. What program is it? I told them it's a J1 program, cultural exchange. So they said, okay, thank you. Your visa is approved. Just like that. It's easy questions.
Wow.
Like, yeah, you hardly fail such visa interviews. You hardly fail. I've never had, unless you've got your criminality or something behind.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's a very important thing that you've mentioned, guys. Like, it's very important. That is why they require the police clearance. That is the criminal background certificate check, because they will never employ someone who has a criminal record. If you have a criminal record, that's gonna be a sad news to you, but because there's nothing they can do for you.
Yeah. So we must. If you were 10 fingerprinted, like to put the whole thing on 10 fingerprinted, they call it like, unfortunately for you, it will be a pass, unfortunately. So yeah, they look at all those things as well. I think one thing I have to mention, OVC does require you to have a certain amount in your bank account, bank statement, because they want to see, they call it a spending fee. After they place you, you come to America, it's not like you're going to get paid on the day you come here. You're going to go maybe 2-3 weeks without getting paid. It depends on how you have arrived to the company. When did you start working? Considering the payroll as well. So something called a spending fee. You need to survive in the state while you're waiting to get your full pay. So they call it a spending fee. I can't remember how much is their spending fee, but there's tricks as well. As soon as someone avails themselves, like join the group and contact me and make sure that you guys tell me that you've applied, then I will walk you through the steps, because I didn't even have that money they were asking for. I think it's over 10,000 actually, not even 10,000, 15,000. I didn't have that money myself. I just borrowed money from my friend, put it in my account. I let it stay there for like 2-3 days.
You print the
statement, transfer the money back. That's what I did. That's a
trick.
That's how
it works. This is how we do actually.
Yeah. Then I came with a few money as well, because it's not like you're going to transfer the whole thing. You must have money that is tangible, that you're going to change. into dollars and
Yes.
stuff, because you definitely need that money, you know. So yeah, so I think I came here because they gave us $200 allowance. Then I had like, I think I had like 100 and something dollars for myself. Then that money was enough. I even bought a phone when I got here because
Wow.
my phone was locked. You know, it was only working in South Africa. So I bought a phone, like a cheap phone. Cheap phones are very cheap. Yeah, I bought it for like $50. Yeah, so
Wow.
very cheap. It was locked again. It was just for temporary. Yeah, temporary because it was locked again. So yeah, then I'm gonna move to the H2B now. So I told you guys what I'm doing. There's a lot of positions, as I said. There's host positions, servers. There's culinary. Culinary, that's your kitchen. There's prep chefs. There's banqueting. There's golf attendances. There's a whole lot of positions that goes into these things. As well, I'm going to explain. I think I'm going to have to do a video for my people on WhatsApp because some of the people do not understand how does this thing works. Umonia was asking Guti, do I know any opportunities when it comes to sales? Unfortunately, I do not know opportunities. This is how it works, guys. Very important. This thing of companies getting visa permissions to hire people internationally, it's a lottery. It depends on what they pick. Other companies will pick a portion that says they can hire more bartenders. Then obviously they will look for bartenders. Others will pick for servers, they will hire more servers. It depends. It's a lottery. That's how it works.
Okay.
For companies to recruit internationally or out of country, it goes via the process of the lottery. That's how it works. So for sales, obviously, a sales department can actually hire people in America while they will hire someone who's going to manage sales from South Africa. Why they want to spend more money to something that they can actually get from the locals. Why?
Yeah.
This is the tricky part. Americans are lazy, guys. I'm going to put it like that. Americans are lazy, and that presents an opportunity for us as internationals, guys.
Yes.
Americans are lazy. They don't want to work within this industry so-called hospitality. They don't want to be waiters. They don't want to be bartenders because there's a lot of standing. They are lazy. I'm going to share the experience when I was in Ohio. There's this lady that I used to work with in the same, we used to work in Starbucks together. She asked me if I could go cover her shifts because it was raining. She couldn't drive on the rain. She said, I can't drive when it's raining. So yeah, then I was wondering what happens if it rains and you are already on the way? Do you stop your car, just sit right there because you can't drive when it's raining? But that's fine. That's a story for another day. So she asked me if I can go cover. I was like, no, it's fine because I get paid hourly. I will go cover your shifts. She said, it's fine. I will pay you the money for the whole day. But the company is paying for me. That's how lazy they are. That's how lazy they are. They don't want to work. So that's the opportunity for us. And that is where the introduction of these visas came from. That's why they want to hire people from out of country. Basically, when we are here, let's not run away from this. When we are here, we are considered to be cheap labor. You know what is cheap labor, right?
Yeah.
It's cheap labor. So we are considered to be there. But when you look at where we come from, it's way better than actually getting a job in South Africa. Because myself, I get paid more than a director in South Africa. But what do I do here? I get to do a little. I'm putting it out there. So I get paid more than a director. I'm going to be doing projects that I've ever wanted to do. And this is just an introduction of me getting into the program. Because the companies that I'm going to be going to now up north, The visa duration, I haven't said it. The visa duration is actually, how can I put it? It's actually 4 years, the complete visa duration. It's actually 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. But there is a but, and which I want you guys to understand. There is a but that goes into this. They give you or they contract you for 6 or 7 months with a specific company. It's a seasonal, non-agricultural visa.
Okay.
It's seasonal. So when I say it's seasonal, you get hired for a summer season or a winter season. It's
okay.
Only for that season. So this is how it works then. I'm here for a winter season. Here in Florida, it's hot as hell outside, but it's winter. It's winter season. So I'm going to be here for 6, 7 months. In May this year, I will be changing companies. I'm going for a summer program, which is up north. So I will be going to New York. I don't know where I'm going exactly. I'll be going to New York, Massachusetts, North Carolina. I don't know yet because I just did the interviews. I've already received the offer letters. I've got about 4 offer letters already. So that simply means 4 companies wants to hire me. I have to decide and pick one. I'm still expecting more. I'm still expecting more. So what is that? What is that? It shows that these people, they need us. I have to choose between 4 contracts that I have already. I have 4 already. They are within the bag.
You'll just choose the one that gives the better pay.
Better pay as well. But there's a trick when it comes to that. There's companies that gives you a better pay, but you do not get enough hours.
Okay.
Because you get paid per hour. You get paid per hour, so it's better to look for a company that is busy, that offers a little bit less, but provided that you get more hours. It's fortunate enough if you get a company that gives you a better pay and also give you hours. But I know these people, they've got a budget when it comes to paying their employees. They will cut your hours. Maybe you're going to come to work, clock in, maybe work 2 hours. They say after, unfortunately, due to your skyrocketing hours, unfortunately, we're going to have to send you home. Then they will cut you and send you home because they've reached the target. So that thing happens. It happens, but not with all the companies. So yeah, unfortunately, we have to face that. Sometimes you get called on your off days. If they are really desperate and you've got skyrocketing hours, they will ask you to come even if you're on your off day because they are busy. They need staff. They need people to work. So they don't have a choice. They will ask you to come. So basically, that's the visa. This visa, I got it through the agent called Petrina Group International. Petrina, like your sister.
Please show us the screen. Can you show us the screen as well? I hope people that are taking notes, show us the screen, like how does it look like, this Petrina, the lady Petrina?
It's actually a man, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually a man. This guy is amazing. I was with him, I think 2 weeks ago, because Benganza my interviews now. He's quite amazing. Yeah. This is how it looks like. Petrina Group International.
Petrina
Group
International. Thank you.
Then the website, here's the website. It says petrinagroup.com. Here's the website, petrinagroup.com.
Thank you. I'm happy because even this live actually is gonna stay here.
You can save
people
it.
Get information.
Yeah, you can save it for people to get information. Yo, by the time I joined here, I was sleepy. I was like, what the? But now I'm starting to feel myself now.
Do you want me to tell them that you didn't sleep at all?
At all. I was waiting for this live. I was waiting for this live. So yeah. So this company also does J1s. Like I would like to show you the different type of visas. You guys can take a screenshot if you can. But these are the different types of visas they do. So they've got H2B, they've got J1, they've got J1 summer work travel, H2, like H1B visa, H3 O visa, what. So these are the visas they have, but here we are. This is the one that we look for, H2B. So I'm going to tell you, H2B, if you apply with the agent and they ask you to pay for this visa, you must run away. Have you ever had that video that says it run Molife, it don't run Molife, don't run.
Right.
Don't run Molife, don't run. But this one, you must run away from that agency because this visa, it is sponsored, it is completely free. I must repeat again because people are not listening to what I'm saying. H2B visa, it's completely free, guys. You do not pay anything. But there is an exception, which I want you guys to listen to me as well. It depends with the company. It depends with the company. My company had asked me to pay for my visa. And my visa was $190. Can you still hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes. So my visa was 190 USD, which was equivalent to, I think it was 3,325 that time. The dollar is fluctuating, guys. So yeah, it was 3,325. I had to pay that money from my own pocket. Reason why? People fail their visas. It's possible.
Okay.
So the company doesn't want to lose money where they will not benefit. Right. Let's say they pay for your visa. You go to your visa, you fail your visa. That money is not refundable. It's non-refundable.
Yes.
So if you do not get the visa, that company didn't get you as the associate, then they lose money for getting nothing. So they will ask you to pay for your visa, but should you pass your visa, they will book a ticket flights, the flight tickets for you. Come to the state. On my first day, let me talk about me. On my first day at work, they reimbursed me that money for visa. Wow. They put it back in a form of a check. They were like, Jafta, you remember in South Africa, you paid $190? This is your money. H2B visa, you do not pay anything. It is a sponsored visa. So I got it through Petrina Group International. Unfortunately, with Petrina Group International, this is actually the company that taught me, or the agency that taught me how to do the application process. Because this company doesn't have offices in South Africa. They are only based in the United States only. So they do not have offices outside the other places around the world. They do not have, especially in South Africa, they do not have. So everything was given to me in a form of email. So they will tell you, Jafta, this is your next step. Go to this website. They gave me the link, apply for your visa. I applied for my visa. Then they asked me to do my DS-164. Did my DS-160. Take your pictures. This is the size we're looking at. I was pretty much involved throughout the process. So take the pictures. This is the size we're looking at. Then book your visa appointment. Book my visa appointment. Now it's time to pay for your visa. I paid for my visa. I kept on giving them feedback on what is happening. Then they tell me what's the next step until everything was complete. So yeah, so from the process of application with the agent, I did a Skype interview with the agent, with Petrina himself. Did an interview. He asked me a lot of questions, and that guy was interrogating me. I must tell you guys, I've never felt so interrogated in my life, but it was worth it at the end. If you think about yourself, this is what I've learned in the process of doing the interviews, guys. I've got more than 7 years of experience. This is my 8th year. I've never stopped working. I've never been fired. I leave. I leave the company. I resign. And all these companies from Cathedral Peak to Durban ICT ICC, from Durban ICC to the Palisol Suite, from the Palisol Suite to Kalahari, Kalahari back to the Palace, from the Palace going to Tramonto Boutique Hotel. I've never resigned. More than 6 companies. This is my 7th one. I've never resigned. I leave due to circumstances like green pastures and all those type of things. I've never been fired. When it comes to the interviews, guys, you need to talk about yourself. It's very important that you consider those little jobs that you get from McDonald's, Spa, whatever. That contributes towards your your experiences that you have in the field. So I talk about myself. Like, I've built this profile for myself. I don't lie no more during the interviews. I talk about myself. I tell them through the journey that I've embarked on and my current situation, obviously the future that I'm looking for. So yeah.
Okay.
Then as much as he was interrogating me, but I had all the answers because my profile contains all the answers to all the possible questions that might pop up during interviews.
Yes.
So yeah, I was talking about myself. It was a long interview, did it through Skype. From there, he told me, like, right on the interview, before the first interview I had with him, he told me that he's planning a trip to come to South Africa. He's going to be in South Africa to do the recruitment process with Koskas Wak, because they work together. Then I was like, does that mean I'm moving to the next step? He was like, hell yeah, just like that. Move to the next step as well. Then from the next step, I'm getting Lindy email 2 weeks down the line, got an email. They showed we're coming to South Africa. We're going to be doing interviews in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban. So they gave me the dates. They were in Durban because Durban is pretty much close to me. So yeah, I was in Durban, Suncoast Hotel. Suncoast people would know Suncoast better. So I was in Suncoast. I had to go from Newcastle, and I was working, guys. Remember, I was the head of department, front office head of department. So being a front office manager, it's not easy just to live like that. But because I was determined, I had to come up with a plan. So people mustn't ask me, what did I do? Yes, I did this. So the doctor's note. I did it because I wanted this thing. So I went down there, did my interview. It was great because even the general, the director, the food and beverage director, he was telling me yesterday that he still remembers my interview like it was yesterday. I was like, what do you still remember from there? Then he told me that, you remember when you told me that you are the gregarious leader? And this is exactly what I see, because he said I had to go and Google myself and see what does it mean to be a gregarious leader, being sociable, being a people's person, being able to like share your experiences with people that you just met, that you've never met. Like, it's like you've known them for years as soon as you meet them. So those are the characteristics that I portray. And he doesn't like forget that word. All the time when he sees me, he reminds me of that word. So yeah, it's very important to be that. And most importantly, you must portray those characteristics. The way you present yourself in the interviews, in the workplace, you must make sure that you bring that on the table as well, because they want to see that. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mzuli.
Let me just finish a little quick.
Okay.
Then, because I'm doing the process, like, I've got a lot of things to tell. Like, I know it's like, what time is it now?
No, never mind about the time. On my side, like, it's 12, guys, midnight.
Wow.
I'm the one who's making noise here. Hands on water, guys.
So yeah, so basically after the application, after that, they gave me the offer letter. Same thing happened with J1. Applied for my visa, did my visa. I went to Cape Town for my visa. Yeah, so I did my visa. Everything was just like that. Got my flight ticket from the company. And here I am. I'm trying to help somebody. I just need one person who's going to come on board and say, hey, Jafta, I'm serious. I have my passport. Because if you do not have your passport, you still have a chance. Go do your passport now, because the agencies are opening around about. Anyway, I'm going to share the name of the other agent, which is, it's called Workaway. People don't like Workaway, but Workaway is good. So as long as you know your story. So Workaway, it also helps with H-2B visas. So I'm giving you two J1s, two H-2B. Workaway International. I'm going to show you the screen, then we can do the closing now. It's been like hours we're here, and I want to sleep. Workaway International. Workaway International. All right. This is how it looks like.
Oh, okay. Workaway.
Yes, Workaway International. Yeah, Workaway International.
Thank you very much. I took some down, workaway.com. That's the website, guys.
Yes, that's the website. So workaway.com. So this one also does H-2B visas, and they don't charge you anything. But this company will require you to do your medicals. People know what medicals are, the examination in Zimba.
Yes, so physical examination and everything.
Yes. So yeah, they will ask you to do that. But Petrina didn't ask me, so the rules changes all the time. So I did my drug test, because if you are taking drugs, I must tell you guys, if you are taking drugs, don't even think of partaking on this program. There is someone who came with us. We were in the same flight. We got here, we started working on the same day, same time. We were in the same venue. We did the drug test. It went to the laboratory. The results came back, and that person appeared on the next day. He was booked onto the flight back to South Africa. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Yeah, he was booked on the flight back to South Africa. If you are taking drugs, do not even think of taking chances. Do not even think of taking chances.
Yes, I was going to ask you to check. Do you have some questions down there? Other one was asking about the call center, and also other one was checking about the OPE, but like I saw it's kind of like he's a male, so I thought you mentioned that like OPE is for the females,
yeah,
that are from age.
They do take males, but mostly female families will prefer more females, but yeah, they do take males.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you can.
Then this other one about the call center.
What was the question about the call center?
Let me just try to browse if you're still here. He was saying anything from the call center industry.
No, not that I know. Not that I know.
Okay.
Because the industry that I'm talking about, I think call center, we have a sales, not a sales, it's a reservations department where they do all the reservations. But I had that when I was doing my J1. There was a department that they used to call a call center, but basically it's not a call center. It's a reservations department. It was mainly for the hotel reservations or the resorts reservations. So they receive calls, they make bookings on the system with the
some sort of like a receptionist thing.
Yes. So it's not really a call center. If you're looking for call centers, I don't think they will ever ask, because they can easily get those people here who wants to work at the call centers, because Americans, they like working sitting down, easy. They don't want anything that will make them stand for hours. They don't want anything that's going to ask them to work on the holidays and whatnot. They value their holidays as much as they value their lives. So that is what is happening.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mzuli, about the information that you have already gave us. Like, even myself, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, you know, this is mind blowing, because we never knew those things. You know, I'm so humbled that like you decided to join this route actually that I took. I'm not even sure where it's gonna take us. But guys, what I'm trying to say, because we felt like guys, there's nothing much we get because but we feel like can we go back home and share these things? Some of the people can like try. Some of the people they don't even know where to go. Some other people they ended up choosing wrong ways, guys, to travel. They ended up being the victims of the human trafficking.
Yes.
Because they also they're interested to go and work abroad, but they don't know the good channels. Like how can they see the red flags, you know, that like no, this is not an agency, this one, you know, if they do this, you know. So today I'm happy that we got a person who's going to explain. I hope guys in Ibambi two visas he promised to talk about J1 visa and also H2B visa. I'm so long, I will give him a break to drink some water. Then I will chip in now to present my side. Actually, we've been together, guys, for like a while, but then I decided that it's worthwhile as well to give this opportunity, to give this platform. After like I've responded to like more than 500 messages from my inbox, guys. What I'm gonna say, Taiwan has officially opened for employment for the new intake for the new academic year. So if you're willing to apply, first thing that you need to know, guys, I think that's the basic we need to put in our mind. You'll never ever think about traveling, guys. Passport. The passport is the first thing, you know. Make sure that your passport is ready. Passport at Home Affairs is 600 rands. It takes plus or minus 14 to 21 working days, right? Then teachers who qualified actually the teachers who studied to any university except UNISA, they don't consider UNISA, guys, because UNISA offers a distance learning. That's the reason that they don't want to consider it. Same with the TFL certificate. Only Taiwan that are specifically want a TFL certificate that is from university or any academy that is registered or accredited by Department of Education in South Africa. But I will go later about TFL certificate. So let me explain this. You need to have your bachelor degree in education or diploma in education. Definitely, if you have those, automatically you have your SAY certificate, right? Then the only thing that you need to do is to do your passport and your police clearance. That is your criminal background check. The criminal background check that you need, that's the one that has been done at police station, guys. I heard that like there are other corners, isn't you? Please don't consider to go there because Abantu Balapa, they are looking at that logo from the SAPS. If it doesn't appear there, they will never ever like consider it. So I would rather advise you to go to the police station to do your police clearance. Then, if you already got this document, passport, police clearance, degree or safe you can start apply, guys. You need to sorry.
What is SACE?
SACE certificate is a license actually in South Africa that got by all the educators immediately you graduate for your bachelor degree in education. It's kind of like the same with the health science department, the doctors and the nurses. When they graduated, there's a license that they paid for, a so-called HPCSA, whatever thing. It's a license. That's the one if you like you do something that is against the law. The first thing that they pull out from your that license, it disqualifies you wherever you want to go. You will never be recognized.
Oh, that's beautiful explanation. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead.
So this is SACE certificate. So they call it here is a teaching license. When you see their posters say like you need to have your bachelor degree or teaching license, they mention that SACE certificate. So when you got your SACE certificate, please prepare your resume. That's one page. There's no need for those 3 or 4 pages with cover page. Just check an advanced format on Google. Advanced format, the resume, then you prepare your resume. From there, you have to record your self-introduction video, guys. self-introduction video. It's kind of like you are explaining or answering that question says, express yourself or tell us about yourself. On that video, you have an opportunity to sell yourself, to make these people like you before even they see you, like you make them shortlist to their interviews by your video. The first thing I usually emphasize here in Taiwan, they want to see the smile on your face because they are worried about their kids that like, how can you come and other stuff. So the smile is the main thing to your self-introduction video. Make sure your self-introduction video, you end with a clear background, right? Then you wear decently. You don't wear those dresses are kind of more open, or the t-shirt that will show your cleavage thing. No, they are too cultural here. That's another thing that you must be kind of aware of. I used to say, actually, whichever country that you want to go to, do a research how they live culturally, like food they eat, like the weather, everything, so that you can see that can you fit there? What are the things that could be the challenges on your side, right? So after you do your self-introduction video, it's gonna be, that video should be a size of 1 minute to 3 minutes. Clear background, no noise, just only you with your video, and be clear there. Don't be like too much more American accent, because you might end up losing the content. They might not hear you very well. Remember, these people, they don't have much more background about the English and also kind of pronunciation thing, So be much more clear. As much like your English will be kind of flexible, not too British, but then try to be more clear whatever you're saying. So when you're done, guys, you send your application. I have 3 agencies I've already posted on my timeline. Phoenix Group Asia. Phoenix Group Asia. Also Teach Taiwan. Teach Taiwan. The last one is Ren Hair International Development. It is posted with timeline because how I do, I just go to the page and share the whole information so that you can be able to, when you get there, it's going to take you through to the page. Remember, guys, I'm not employed to do this. I'm not a recruiter. I'm just sharing an information to you guys so that you can be able to try to apply for better opportunities. Well, my priority so far, hence I know, guys, that like there's a high rate of unemployment, especially the educators. There are people, they were like with the same, with the Great Hall, all of us together, but they never get job. Like the time I graduated, that was 2012. They never got job until today. I do understand that other people are already working that, but they want to explore. Yes, I'm not closing the door for you to explore, but I would like to ask you guys to prioritize those who have documents, who are qualified, but they never get an opportunity to work. Not to say I'm shutting the door for you, I'm not going to help you, but I would like to assist those people first. I'm dedicating my time, guys. I'm coaching them step by step that, okay, you come back, you give me the feedback that like you have done this. So from now on, let's do this. From now on, let's do this. And please, if you don't mind, show me what you have done so that I can be able to correct you, because I've been working with these people. I know what they want.
Yeah.
When you're sending your application, there is no really need even to mention my name, because hence I've mentioned that like I don't get any commission, guys. I don't get anything. As a result, I usually say send your application to all of them, so that like if you're lucky, maybe all of them, they will respond. Keep going. Just give them different times for interviews until you reach the stage whereby all of them, they send the contract. Then you sit down like and decide which one you go to. Maybe you come back to me and ask, okay, how about this? They send this and this one, they send me to this place. I'm already familiar with the almost whole Taiwan, actually. That like, how does Department of Education, actually they say here it's a Ministry of Education, not department. That's how they say. It's going to be MOE. That's going to be the word that you'll see on their post. They say MOE, that is Ministry of Education. So guys, what matters, hence Mr. Mdluli mentioned that like to your resume, to your interviews, be yourself. Be confident, sell yourself, you know. About the references, there's no need for you to have 1,000 references, you know, especially here on Department of Teaching. Just have 2. For example, if you're working, they will require a letter from the Department of Education. Then you're going to go to your district office to require that letter. It's called a proof of employment. So it will help you when you get here to get more salary because of your experience. So that is a bonus to you. For those who never worked for Department of Education, it's okay. You can add maybe your principal of your school as a reference, and also maybe one from the university when you were studying your degree to be a reference as well. It doesn't matter, right? What matters, they want you, what you promise them to give them, because what they want, they need a teacher. It's same here, guys. They need us more than yesterday, you know, because they never had an opportunity to learn English. So we are the one now helping them to instill this bilingual program, and they are pushing hard to have this bilingual nation on year 2030. So we are the one actually who are working hard to achieve that goal, if I may say so. We are the one who are pushing. What I like about them, they do appreciate us, they do acknowledge us, they do give us a training as well, that like you must be familiar with the class, what is actually happening. Only thing I would like to emphasize, guys, when you get in here, forget about Uguti, I know my rights. No one can tell me other way.
Yeah.
At some time in your foreign country, you need to just be like a child, you know, just observe. Just listen and do what they say. Read your contract very carefully. Don't be too excited when you got a contract to just quickly sign what you even not understanding, you know. You can go and find a lawyer. Also, you can also share to me as well. I can explain to you how it goes so that like before you sign, you will be aware of the terms and conditions as well. So I said to you, let me repeat. You need your passport, police clearance, degree, say certificate, then you start application. Those who didn't have a bachelor degree in education, but they decided to do a PGCE, they also qualify to apply in Taiwan, as long they never done it at UNISA. Only the UNISA that they don't consider here in Taiwan. I must repeat that, guys. They don't consider UNISA because it offers a distance learning. That's their excuse. But other countries does consider UNISA. Has Mr. Mzuli mentioned here that some of the old agencies also recruit for Cambodia, for Vietnam, for Thailand. There's a girl from Pumalanga that I helped last year. She ended up getting a job in Thailand instead of Taiwan. But whatever step she went through until she got the agencies here, that's the Phoenix Group Asia is recruiting for Taiwan, for Vietnam, for Thailand. So it happened maybe that they say, okay, we have a position on this side. Do you want to try this one? But that side, we don't have like any vacancies. I guess it goes with how he explained that like they got like a lottery thing that like how many people that we want from you and which department that we're looking for. So after they did that, like you would be able to have a chance to choose. But specifically here, Teach Taiwan is only recruiting for Taiwan only. But Renhe and Phoenix Group Asia is also recruiting for other countries as well. So please make sure that you hurry up as much as you can. You apply before many candidates submit, because since I said like I've already posted same day when they announced that like they are officially open. So each and everyone, guys, go run your own race, push your applications. Maybe it's gonna be a day. Now let me come to the tricky part, the people that they want to know about the visa. Actually, they do sponsor a visa, the flight ticket, but you have to buy a flight ticket by yourself. They will reimburse you when you get here because they have experienced people who are unfaithful. They book flight ticket for them, then they just disappeared, or maybe they took other way around. They ended up losing money. So now they say, actually, they even mentioned to the contract that, okay, you book your flight ticket, you keep your receipts and also your boarding pass. When you get here, we'll give you your money. All of it that you paid for a flight. Same with the visa as well. There are two visas actually that they allow you to use to come here in Taiwan. there is a visit visa. They use it in case of emergency, right? That like, okay, the work permit is delaying on our side, yet you needed to be in Taiwan. So what they do, they will send an invitation letter that you'll provide to the embassy office when you apply for your visa. Then you have to apply for the visit visa that is going to give you 14 days. On that period of 14 days, immediately you get into Taiwan, they quickly gather all your information to the immigration office to get a visa that allows you to get your residence card as a work foreign teacher here in Taiwan. So that visa that is 14 days, a visitor's visa, it requires some amount of 15,000 minimum to your bank statement. Hence, also, Jay mentioned that they also want that as well in USA. So that amount, actually, it doesn't per se, that like good thing, good to be corner is so figure. No, you just need to print the statement so that like when you apply for the visa, they check the statement. But hence he mentioned that like at least have something to survive when you get here, because you're not gonna get paid as immediately. But what they do on 3 agencies that I have mentioned here, Teach Taiwan offers a loan when you get here, a loan that can help you to get an apartment. Because here an apartment, when you get an apartment for the first time, they say they require 2 months deposit and also 1 rent fee. That means if the apartment you get is 10,000 Taiwan dollars, I'm making an example, then you need to have 30 Taiwan dollars in your pocket. Then the 20, you'll get it when you are leaving towards the end of your lease contract. If you leave in the middle, that you break the contract, then that money is going to be, maybe they will take 1 month away and give you the other 10K. So that's another thing that I wanted to mention, that like they do help. They go to pick you up at airport, they book you some hotel to sleep over. Then on the following day, they start doing a paperwork. They take you to the school. From the school, after signing a paperwork, they take you around to find an apartment. When you find, after you go to your apartment, then they take you, show you some places to do for groceries and buy your necessities. And also, if you need to travel to take a bus, they'll show you, they'll give you a map and show you how to use it, right? So another visa, then the second one, it's a work visa. A work visa as well, is you get it after like they quickly get your work permit. So if they got your work permit earlier, then they will send you. Then when you go to embassy office, you'll apply for work visa. Definitely, when you get that visa, it's a period of 30 days you get into Taiwan to apply for a residence permit, because you already have it. But that one came with 14 days visitor's visa. You don't have time. So you need to hurry up with your things, because after that 14 days, you have to go out to the of the country, then you come back later. Is how it goes. So what I'm trying to emphasize, guys, to your inbox, you keep on asking one thing, yet all the videos are here on my timeline. I'm trying my best to explain everything. Now, I'm busy with people who already started the process, guys. I'm not doing anyone any favor. I don't have any connection. I'm just giving you the details. After you got your documents together, this is how I'm there for. Then I'll just give you the emails. So after you send your application, now the ball is on your hand. That like, in case you got a chance for your interview, this is your opportunity to grab it with your both hands and work hard to ace that moment.
Yeah.
Then interviews are in 2 phases as well. You will have the first interview with the agents only. They will record your video, your interview, and they will let you know that they are recording it. Then they will send to the schools that like they are looking for teachers, new teachers. Then they watch those videos. It won't be you only, other candidates as well. Then they will pick the one that they like. Then they say, okay, can you organize an interview with this person? Then they will send to you that, okay, there's a school we got for you. They want to do an interview with you. Same thing. Go and impress those people, because the whole panel of the school will be there. Directors, principals, finance office, like, there's the screen will be full of them. So don't get nervous, just relax and make sure your connection, internet is good. Then you just give them what they want. Immediately, after the interview, they will send you a contract, like, welcome abroad, congratulations, blah, 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 But if you kind of like decided to entertain your fears, then you won't make it. People here, they want you to, they want to see your confidence. You know, guys, there's a story for another day. My first experience here, I had no experience about how to use the technology in the classroom. I'm used to the talk at the blackboard. But you know, guys, to have a confidence while you knowing that, like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but my confidence kills it all. You know, they're even convinced that you know what you're doing. They don't even bother to follow you and take all the parts until you got it along the way.
Wow. Then what did you do, like, to get used to the boards, like the electronic boards that you guys use?
Well, the first part, they challenged my English. That like is too British. I was teaching grade 1 and grade 2. Then I was like during the interview, you saw my recording that in South Africa we're learning with British English. So there's nothing I can change. If the school is not happy about it, and maybe they can write a letter and terminate my contract. Secondly, as a teacher who's teaching a foundation phase, those kids are very little. They need to understand each word. When you're telling them, they need to know what vowel that you're using there. I cannot tell them, a student like from grade 1, that this is water. We don't have water here. We have water, you know?
It's water, baby. I'm thinking about water, yo.
Exactly. Like I've convinced them in a way that like at the end of the day, I was like, I don't want to allow anyone to intimidate me, make me feel like Lendo Dienza and Diaz because of my accent, you know. But they ended up like, yeah, you're right, you're right. From now then, I ended up being invited to some trainings that, okay, teacher Nelly, please, can you explain to the teachers what we're looking for, what we want? Sometimes I was invited to someone's class and sit there and observe, take some notes. Then I try to coach that person that like, okay, this is what you need to do. Some other schools, they got a chance to get a new program. Then they will come to our school. School here, they like to show off thing, you know. Each school, if they have a foreign teacher, they feel like they have that thing, you know. So they will call me, oh, Teacher Nelly, after your class, maybe your class you have some visitors, you know. Then I will just, okay, it's fine, I don't mind. As for me, I used to tell them, don't tell my kids that they are strangers that's gonna come to visit our class, because they ended up like kind of like acting weird because they are not comfortable. Then people will sit back there. I will do my lesson. After my lesson, I'll just call to the boardroom. Wow, we were impressed about your class. Tell us about the techniques that you use and other stuff. Nothing, guys, nothing special I do. What I do, we like whatever I do, that confidence. When I walk in the classroom, I feel like I'm a principal, you know. I feel like I'm owning this place. No one can tell me otherwise, you know. And what I like about the program here, guys, when those who are busy preparing to come here, please be creative. Make use of YouTube. Make use of Google. Guys, some of you saw my videos. I'm dancing with these kids, singing with them. We're cracking them. They don't know anything about an English word, but you have to make them love you first before they love your lesson.
Yeah. Wow.
Guys, another thing before I stop, I think I've touched like the part that is main important. I've also explained about TFL certificate. Those who want to do TFL certificate, please search an academy or university or college that is accredited to do that, because they don't consider online qualification here in Taiwan, but other countries does consider. But unfortunately, I don't have much information about other countries. I can only share Taiwan, so that like when you ask me other question, I can be able to answer you. I cannot give you half information or incomplete information whereby when you do a follow-up, I have something that I say, oh, I don't know, right? Then another thing, another good news, there's one South African that is already on the way, guys, coming to Taiwan. She's waiting for her visa. So I guess you will be motivated after you see her. I will drop everything on her arrival day. I had to go to airport to welcome her, you know, and make sure that she's settled, she's safe, whatever she needs. I'll try to make sure that like she's okay. She got what we want. So until she get more comfortable here in Taiwan, with the hope that like there's another number coming after her to follow her. What I want to do, guys, we're here to empower you to move from your comfort zone. Be a person who's kind of like go-getters. There is nothing, guys, as a lula. Into ezenzeka overnight, there's a shady, azikho healthy. Zezinto zokwenza ngenye imini ube ne-depression, ube ne-regrets. But those things that you'll be patiently go step by step, even if how much longer it takes, it's worth it at the end of the day. As long there are people abafana nathi who are helping, who are willing to guide you, as we did, guys. Ujafta kangalale, guys. TikTok, keep on reminding people that we have live. I was at work as well today. This is midnight, almost like 1 a.m. now. Yeah, and Lalanga, Oko Kwaizolo, Jongenga Waizolo. I hope this opportunity, guys, even if like we're not auditing the information, but there's someone definitely that is next to you that might need this information. I don't have any special people, guys. I do help people, but let me emphasize this. We don't give away with our personal numbers. We don't give away that, but fortunate enough, Jafta has like at least a platform where he gathers people who are interested to get assistance. If you go to his TikTok, on his bio, on his profile, you'll see on his bio, there is a link there for Telegram that is going to guide you to the Telegram. Then on that Telegram, that's where he dropped everything he got. I'm also in that group. I've joined that group for the sake of you guys to get information for you. But as for my side, guys, and Gabinas has been this Telegram. So
explanatory, like I think people
thank you very much.
Listen to this video. I don't think it has a thing at that platform because maybe if you can on Facebook. Oh, you said you dropped the links, right?
Yeah.
The links you just
yes.
to the page. So that's all basically what I'm sharing on Telegram. So you good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
all right.
And do the
guys,
things.
Do you have any question? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for those who are listening here. We have people from Cape Town, bro. We have people from Umtata, Eastern Cape. Some of them, I was with them at Walter Cecil University. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I hope one day I'll make you proud as one of your team, kind of shining here, helping other people. Guys, let me emphasize this. I'm doing out of love. I'm not charging anyone any money, and no one is owing me any cent after you got your job. Don't feel like you are owing me.
Yeah.
You don't owe me anything.
Yes, 100%.
What we want to do, we are planting love that you also can do the same to other person.
Also, guys, this is very important because people will think because we are here, we have money, then along the way they will be required to pay some of the amounts, especially on your side. Then they will come and borrow from me. Please do not come and borrow from me. Please. Please. I'm so sorry, y'all. I want to teach people a lesson. As in you need to work hard until you get it. Do not borrow, guys, please. I have my reasons for that. I'm not going to tell you today. But please, if should it happen that you are required to pay some of the monies, because you'll think, no, these people, they already made it. Let me borrow. Other people these people, like you guys, we don't even know you. That's very important. I mean, I do not know people. Like my people from back home, only a few that follows me that I know. Only a few. The rest, it's just the TikTok family. I don't know all of them. I don't know all of them.
Another thing that I would like to emphasize, hence Jafta already mentioned it. Guys, the people who are always asking me about the flight ticket money, where they're going to get it because they are not working. Guys, I feel like to me it's way too much of like kind of ungrateful because like now you make me regret to give you an information.
Yeah.
All of us, we came here like with no budget, but we were striving harder to come here because we had that belief that like one day I will get this what I want, you know. Yes, you have families, you have people that can go out an extra mile to help you. As long you make sure that like when you get here, you not forget that like you need to pay back that money, but not from us. Because another thing, Jafta, like I'm glad that you mentioned, maybe I'm at certain time I might be in a position that okay, maybe I can help one. But the problem is if I help one person now, everyone will be like, it's kind of like kunyanzelekile ukubone kuphoqelekile ukuthi angikwenze lokho cha bakwethu akuphoqelekile nhlobo.
So yeah, time will come, but then yeah, guys, this is it. Like mangabe kuwukuthi umuntu uyazi ukuthi guys, yazi, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Don't tell me someone is trying to call me again. I'm gonna tell you one thing. My J1 application, I did it for 14 months, I think. It was 1 year, 2 months. One application.
Wow.
Application. I did it for 14 months, working on one application. So some other things you really have to wait for them.
Yes.
You do not give up. I didn't have money myself because I had to pay. I remember by the time I applied for these companies, I was still doing my internship at the Durban ICC. I got a permanent job. Unfortunately, they gave me 4,000 Rand per month. And I was renting 2,000 Rand because I was staying in South Beach, right at the ocean, so that I can walk to work. So half of my salary goes to the rent, then I'm left with nothing. I had to raise money for the program. Not that I had someone to borrow money, because I don't believe in that. Like if I want something, I want to make it work myself. Like if I really want it, I have to make it work. You see, if it's not my family, but I'm not gonna go to an outside and try to outsource funds. You understand? So I had to pay some of the amount while I was still in South Africa, and I raised all those funds. And I did the program. I did the application process for 14 months. Yeah, but it happened eventually. It happened.
Right.
It happened. Very important.
Guys, thank you very much for those who joined our live here. Thank you very much, because like Nati, we've managed to proceed. Yet we're also hoping that the video actually is gonna stay here. Everyone, guys, please abantu abayeke lazy to listen the videos, to watch the videos, to read what is written there, because at some time, due to the number of people that I'm dealing with, at some time I won't have that much time to give more attention to people. If I feel like it's way too much, you are lazy to do things by yourself, I just leave, guys, and don't look back. So guys, I think if you don't have any questions so far, I think we have reached like to the end of our interview with Mr. Jafta. Guys, stay tuned. There's another guy that I'm going to pick up for you. I'm still waiting for his confirmation. He's at UK. I think he's gonna explain a lot about us. He once mentioned about the truck drivers as well, those who have code 14. But you must remember one thing, guys, that whatever you do, if you're thinking of going abroad, at least make sure your criminal background is in a good state. And also you have your passport.
So in my closing, I would like to share as well, because we mustn't present ourselves as people who are doing great abroad.
Yes.
There is actually bad sides as well about being abroad. So I'm going to share my experiences, guys. My J1 program, I'm going to cut it short because manje sekumele now and the neighbors and all the type of things. So I don't want them banging on the door or something. So my J1, guys, I didn't complete my program. Right at the beginning of my program, my niece passed away, and my niece was the only child my elder sister ever had. Like my elder sister, I think she's she's around about 40 something, and I remember the desperations and everything, wanting to get a child, but she couldn't get a child. My niece passed away. I couldn't go back home to attend the funeral. I went past that. I dealt with it. It was fine. Then I think it was around about June. My mother started like getting like really serious sicknesses and all that. I know she was sick, but it was not that serious. And my mother would call me, Angel, ukuthi mntanami sengiyoze ngife ngingazange ngishare i-success yakho. I consider this as one of the best things you've ever achieved since you graduated. I couldn't cope, guys. I couldn't cope. It was very difficult for me to cope. It was very painful. And it started like I was very like angry at all times, like even at work as well, because I was failing to control myself. You know, I was very like a different person. Like I used to do things that are unbelievable, things that I'm not supposed to do. And because I wanted to honor that, I had to cancel the program, but I had to make sure that I pay off all the amount. So I think I went home in November. I think it was beginning of November instead of end of December, because I wanted to finish off the loan. And my mother, 2020 again, she passed. But there's a lot that we deal with, guys. There's a lot that we deal with, like personal stuff, even at work as well. We face difficulties there, but we learn to control ourselves and know your position, know where you come from. Soon as you know where you come from, the reason why you're here, you're gonna try, like you're gonna see a need for you to brush off other things. We don't focus on the negatives, because there's a lot of rules here. There's a lot of rules that are meant for internationals, rules that are meant for the locals. So you cannot compare yourself with the locals. So there's a lot that you need to acclimatize yourself with, have a better understanding. So know your space as the international. Then as soon as you know all that, develop strategies that you're going to use to fight off all those things. It could be something that's going to come from home. You like now I've learned that should anything happen, because uNkulunkulu wenza izinto ngendlela zakhe. As soon as kwenzeka noma yini ekhaya, I must have a backup plan. I must know that definitely I will have to honor whatever situation that is happening. So I've got my backup plans. I came up with strategies that I'm going to use, because it's not easy to be away from home. Those are the things that you guys need to understand. You must be ready for this thing and make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into. As much as we are here telling you, you guys about things, the benefits that you can get here, how nice it is and whatnot, but do not forget about the negative side as well. The negative side, I'm bringing it on here so you guys can develop strategies and know exactly what to expect. Soon as you know that, you're gonna live happy like us. Like we live like we don't care, because we know where we come from. We have a better understanding. We brush off other things that wants to stop us along the way. So yeah, it is what it is. So be prepared.
Thank you so much, Jay. Hence you remind me of something. Like, guys, on my first day when I came here in Taiwan, I got a program so-called co-schooling, where I was working for 3 schools. I have never, ever thought I could experience such kind of experience I got that time in my life, and I don't wish even like for anyone. Hence, I used to suggest people when they are applying that like never ever choose when they offer you a course schooling that like you're gonna teach 2 schools or 3 schools. Don't take that. Wait for your time to get the right time, because wow, it was hell. Out of 3 schools, only 1 school that was recognizing me. The other school were kind of like had some preference white teacher than a black teacher. But God sustained me, guys. It wasn't easy. Emotionally, I wasn't fit. Like there are times whereby I would sleep around 4 a.m. Hence at 6 a.m. I have to wake up. So guys, when you decide to come here, you must be a person who's willing to work hard, you know, and other things, just turn a blind eye, because they, like, even if we have a contract, that contract, if you did something wrong or fought with someone, it will never ever, those things applies to you, those that they mentioned there, it will always favor them. So you must make sure that like you take care of yourself. You also like ground yourself in some such things. And also don't involve yourself with things that are unnecessary, you know. Let them do their own things. For example, in a staff room, will sit all of day. You'll hear them mentioning your name. Don't bother and get curious. Ask like what you are saying about me. Is there anything? No. As for me, I just adopted the character says, if they don't call me or come to me and say I need to do something, I don't bother. I don't care. Even if like they can mention my name 1,000 times, I just walk tall and like, you're not talking with me, you know? So guys, what I'm trying to say, another thing, food. Akukho ukudla kwasemzansi apha, guys. You have to adjust yourself. That's a struggle. That's another thing that is gonna be like other people, they cannot survive. Maybe like, how can you survive ngaphandle kokudla ipapa, uphuthu, you know, amasi akekho. There's flour la, the noodles, spaghetti, whatever it is. Those things, guys, this is ekhaya uzenza feel at home. Even umngqusho awukho apha, umbona usetshenziswa as a sweet corn pa, and also the cornstarch, it ends up there. There is nothing more. Even amasi, they do have dairy products, but amasi no, abawas no was buying doing. Like guys, we are living a multitask like life that whereby you need to be at home while you are here. Regardless how was your day, bad at school, when you got home, there are things that's gonna pop up at home. Needs you to be stronger and give more attention to those things. Especially if you're a parent, your kids need you most. It's not an excuse that like, oh, I'm tired. You need to adjust yourself. Hence, like now we start helping people. People, they'll come here and demand time. That like, it's like now the only thing that we need to do is to sit down and browse the phone to answer their messages. I have a routine. I have to go to work. I have to do my work stuff, even here at home, some that maybe I still need to hear. I have my own things that I need to push to work on. Some other things waiting for some responses. You get bad news, your day is gonna be just ruined. And there's someone that like is busy harassing you on inbox that like you don't respond to my messages. Why? All those things. So yeah, there's a lot. I'm glad that Jafta mentioned it, that like people must get ready. As much you're too excited that like you're gonna jump to the plane, you get to Taiwan, but it's not like every day it will be always nice. But hence, you know, your goals will be able to adjust yourself. And those people who kind of like, I know my rights, most of them, they got disqualified here because they ended up fighting with teachers, arguing with local teachers. If you had a fight with a local teacher, you'll never win that case, irregardless, because they can speak their own Mandarin and you will never understand.
Yes. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, guys, we are not at the hotel, especially me, Nanje. I'm not at the hotel, guys. We have double shifts. There's points like whereby you feel like you can't handle because it's too much. But you need that money, you need that overtime, you need all those type of things. So
exactly.
we work very hard, guys. I don't want to lie to you. Everything is good, but we work very hard. Like kunjalo nje ayijiki lento. Ihlale njalo.
All right. Can you show us the weather there, Jafta, before we leave? How is the weather? He's in Florida, guys. I don't remember he mentioned that. He just mentioned he's in America. He's also Florida.
I'm in Florida, guys. This is where I stay. I live in the estate, guys. This is my apartment right here. So yes, the weather is good. Like it's hot. It's hot, guys. But it's winter. It's winter season. You can tell with the trees right here. It's winter season.
I can see.
It's very hot. It's very hot, guys. It's very hot. It's very hot.
All right, Jay. Thank you so much, my brother, for your time. I'm really like I feel like I'm out of words. This information, I will keep it forever here. I hope Ebantuna by 100 that can reach this information, maybe one of them can go through until got the job and arrived in USA or arrived in Taiwan.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me on this live.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye. I have to sleep now. It's time is 1 a.m. midnight. After 9, TikTok. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'll do.
Thank you. Good night.